No matter where you stand in the F1 community, be it a team member or an ardent fan, everyone agrees that the 2021 season was something truly remarkable. Round 1. Bahrain Grand Prix. The 2021 Formula One season kicked off in Bahrain with a bang as Max Verstappen secured pole position in the opening round, setting the stage for an electrifying season ahead. However, the race wasn't short of drama and excitement. The opening lap set the tone as Nikita Mazepin spun at turn 3, his car colliding with the barrier, and this brought the safety car onto the track. This wasn't the end of the drama, as AlphaTauri's Pierre Gasly collided with Daniel Ricciardo's McLaren right after the safety car retreated, injecting another dose of excitement into the competition. Mick Schumacher had his own share of troubles, spinning off the track behind the pack. Amid the chaos, Lewis Hamilton managed to slip past Verstappen on lap 40, momentarily taking the lead. In the end, Lewis Hamilton triumphed, with Max Verstappen nipping at his heels. Valtteri Bottas rounded out the podium, sealing the Bahrain Grand Prix in electrifying style. After the first round, Lewis Hamilton led the drivers' standings with 25 points. Max Verstappen was in second with 18 points, and Valtteri Bottas held third place with 16 points. In the constructors' standings, Mercedes had a strong start with 41 points, followed by Red Bull Racing Honda with 28 points. Round 2. Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. The Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix kept the adrenaline flowing, with Hamilton securing pole position. But Verstappen snatched the lead at turn 1 on the opening lap. The race took a dramatic turn as raindrops began to dance upon the track. Mazepin and Nicolas Latifi's collision at the exit of turn 13 triggered the safety car's appearance, keeping the suspense alive. On lap 31, Hamilton's race hit a snag as he aired at turn 7, smacking into the wall and maiming his front wing. Then came the dramatic apex of the race. Hamilton's teammate, Bottas, and George Russell collided at breakneck speeds on the start-finish straight, prompting a red flag. When racing resumed, Norris impressively moved to second. However, Hamilton made a stunning comeback, securing a podium spot with Verstappen and Norris. After the second round, the drivers' standings remained tightly contested. Lewis Hamilton held the lead with 44 points, closely followed by Max Verstappen with 43 points. Round 3. Portuguese Grand Prix. The Portuguese Grand Prix was a nail-biter, with Valtteri Bottas seizing pole position and successfully fending off the formidable duo of Hamilton and Verstappen. Hamilton eventually outfoxed Bottas, earning a hard-fought victory, with Verstappen snatching second place and Bottas gracefully conceding third. Perez and Norris trailed closely behind, bringing the race to a crescendo of excitement. Round 4. Spanish Grand Prix. Hamilton achieved a momentous milestone, grabbing his 100th pole position, but the real drama unfolded on the track itself. Verstappen staged a jaw-dropping move on lap 1, overtaking Hamilton at the first turn. Just 5 laps into the race, Yuki Tsunoda's car grumbled to a halt at the reprofiled turn 10, marking his first Formula One retirement. In a race brimming with strategic maneuvering and surprise twists, Hamilton ultimately took the checkered flag, with Verstappen securing a close second and Bottas settling for third. Lewis Hamilton maintained his lead with 94 points, followed closely by Max Verstappen with 80 points. Mercedes was at the top with 141 points, while Red Bull Racing Honda followed with 112 points. Round 5. Monaco Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc secured pole position despite a crash in the final moments of qualifying. Regrettably, his crash led to a drive shaft failure, rendering him unable to participate in the race. Max Verstappen seized the opportunity, starting at the front and masterfully maintaining his lead throughout. This victory marked a historic moment for Verstappen, propelling him into the championship lead for the first time in his illustrious career. Behind the triumphant Verstappen, Carlos Sainz Jr. basked in the Ferrari limelight, securing his first podium for the Scuderia. Lando Norris, in a stellar performance, clinched his second podium of the season in third place, while Lewis Hamilton finished 7th. For the first time in his Formula One career, Max Verstappen led the championship with 105 points. Lewis Hamilton followed with 101 points. In the Constructors' Championship standings, Red Bull took the lead with 149 points, just 1 point ahead of Mercedes, with 148 points. McLaren-Mercedes retained their third position with 80 points. Round 6, Azerbaijan Grand Prix. The twists and turns of the 2021 Formula One season continued as the racers descended upon Azerbaijan. Once again, Charles Leclerc showcased his prowess by securing pole position, and this time he was all set to take the race by storm. But Lewis Hamilton swiftly took the lead on lap 2. A pit stop delay for Hamilton unintentionally handed Max Verstappen the lead. As the race neared its end, Lance Stroll's tyre failure brought out the safety car, setting the stage for a dramatic finale. With Verstappen comfortably leading the race with just 6 laps to go, it seemed that victory was within his grasp, but then the unthinkable occurred. Verstappen suffered a tyre failure, resulting in a heart-stopping crash on the pit straight. This shocking turn of events brought out the safety car and subsequently the red flag on laps 46 and 48. With just 2 laps to go, the race restarted. At the restart, Lewis Hamilton made a daring move on Sergio Perez, but overlooked a critical detail, adjusting his brake bias. This small but crucial oversight caused Hamilton to miss the corner, allowing Perez to snatch a dramatic victory. Perez celebrated his second career win, and notably his first for Red Bull, marking a significant milestone. Aston Martin's Sebastian Vettel secured a podium spot, and Pierre Gasly showcased his talent with a podium finish too. Round 7, French Grand Prix. Max Verstappen once again displayed his prowess by securing his second pole of the season. However, the race kicked off with a dramatic twist as Verstappen went wide at the first turn, losing the lead to Lewis Hamilton in the opening lap. From there, a strategic battle unfolded. Verstappen's incredible speed advantage allowed him to make up the lost ground, overtaking Hamilton on the penultimate lap. This marked Verstappen's third win of the season and his 13th career victory. Hamilton, now trailing by 12 points in the Drivers' Championship, held on to second place with determination, while Perez executed a late overtake on lap 49 to secure third, pushing Bottas to fourth. The Constructors' Championship witnessed Red Bull extending their lead over Mercedes to 37 points, further intensifying the rivalry between the two powerhouses. Round 8, Styrian Grand Prix. Max Verstappen secured his third pole of the season. The first lap of the race held its own share of drama, with a dramatic collision at the third turn leading to Pierre Gasly's unfortunate exit from the race. However, Verstappen held on to his lead and finished the race in the number 1 spot, with Lewis Hamilton taking second place and Bottas claiming the third position. Verstappen's victory over Lewis Hamilton extended his lead in the championship to 18 points, setting the stage for a thrilling championship battle. Round 9, Austrian Grand Prix. Max Verstappen once again secured pole position at the Austrian GP. Esteban Ocon's race came to an unfortunate end on the very first lap after colliding with Antonio Giovinazzi's Alfa Romeo, causing damage to his front suspension. This incident prompted the deployment of the safety car, and the race resumed on lap 4. During the race, Perez received not 1 but 2 5-second penalties for incidents in which he was judged to have forced Leclerc off track on 2 separate occasions. As if the race hadn't seen enough drama, the final lap brought another incident when Kimi Raikkonen collided with Sebastian Vettel's Aston Martin, preventing Vettel from finishing the race. Verstappen clinched the victory, with Bottas securing second place and Lando Norris third. In this race, Max Verstappen achieved a rare feat in Formula One. He claimed pole position, set the fastest lap, secured the race win, and led every single lap of the race, marking his first ever career Grand Slam. Lewis Hamilton finished fourth after sustaining damage to the underside of his car, allowing Verstappen to extend his championship lead to 32 points. Round 10, British Grand Prix. The British Grand Prix marked the debut of the sprint race format. Hamilton claimed pole for the sprint, but Verstappen surged ahead before the first corner, winning the sprint and securing pole for the main race. In the main race, Hamilton and Verstappen fiercely battled for the lead, culminating in a collision at Copse Corner. Verstappen crashed into the tyre wall, prompting a red flag. Hamilton received a 10-second penalty for the collision. Hamilton's car was repaired during the stoppage. Verstappen, on the other hand, was taken to the Circuit Medical Centre and then to the hospital as a precautionary measure due to the high impact forces. Charles Leclerc led the majority of the Grand Prix. However, Hamilton's late surge enabled him to overtake Norris, Bottas and Leclerc, ultimately clinching the race. This dramatic turn of events narrowed the gap between Hamilton and Verstappen in the championship to just 8 points. The constructors' standings saw no change, with Red Bull leading, closely pursued by Mercedes. Round 11. Hungarian Grand Prix. This was the last race before the mid-season break. Lewis Hamilton reigned supreme in qualifying, claiming pole position and setting the stage for a gripping race. However, the race unfolded with an unexpected twist as rain drenched the circuit. Valtteri Bottas, caught off guard by the slippery conditions, misjudged his braking and slid into the back of Lando Norris. This initial mishap set off a chain reaction of collisions, resulting in the retirements of 5 drivers, including Bottas, Norris, Perez, Lance Stroll and Leclerc. The sheer volume of debris on the track led to a red flag, halting the race. At this point, Lewis Hamilton was at the front, closely followed by Esteban Ocon and Sebastian Vettel. However, the drama continued as Hamilton made a strategic decision not to pit for slick tyres during the formation lap restart. This bold move left him as the sole driver on the grid, only to drop to the rear when he eventually pitted on the following lap. Meanwhile, Esteban Ocon maintained his lead throughout the race, ultimately securing his first Formula One victory. Ocon crossed the finish line ahead of Sebastian Vettel and a resilient Lewis Hamilton, who had admirably fought his way back up the order with Carlos Sainz Jr. in tow. Notably, Vettel was later disqualified due to a fuel sample issue, propelling Hamilton to second place and Sainz to third, while Max Verstappen finished ninth. Hamilton's remarkable recovery drive not only secured his position, but also propelled him back to the top of the championship standings, edging out Verstappen by a margin of 8 points. Additionally, Mercedes regained their lead over Red Bull in the Constructors' Championship by a substantial 12-point margin. Round 12. Belgian Grand Prix. The Spa circuit welcomed the F1 action back after the mid-season break. Max Verstappen secured pole position, but it was overshadowed by inclement weather. The race faced a delayed start due to rain and subsequently 2 red flags because of the treacherous conditions and limited visibility. A nearly 3-hour hiatus followed before the race resumed, only to be red flagged once more. In the end, the race was not restarted, making it the shortest in Formula One history and the 6th to award half points, as less than 75% of the race had been completed. Verstappen, by default, claimed victory, flanked by George Russell in second and Lewis Hamilton in third. The race marked Russell's first appearance on the Formula One podium and narrowed the gap in the championship, reducing Hamilton's lead to a mere 3 points. Round 13. Dutch Grand Prix. The Dutch Grand Prix, returning after a 38-year absence, saw Max Verstappen back in pole position. He masterfully maintained his lead, securing a memorable victory on home turf and, crucially, regaining the championship lead by just 3 points. Lewis Hamilton finished the race in second position. Valtteri Bottas secured third place, overtaking Norris in the driver standings for third position. Round 14. Italian Grand Prix. The second sprint race of the season unfolded at the Italian GP. In this sprint qualifying event, Valtteri Bottas claimed victory, although he was penalized and had to start from the back of the grid due to an overuse of power unit components. Max Verstappen led the race from the front, with the McLarens of Daniel Ricciardo and Lando Norris in pursuit. However, a slow pit stop for Verstappen allowed Lewis Hamilton to catch up after his pit stop. Regrettably, their intense battle resulted in a collision that prematurely ended both their races. Daniel Ricciardo showcased his skill, taking the lead and capturing his first victory since the 2018 Monaco Grand Prix, marking McLaren's first win since the 2012 Brazilian Grand Prix. Norris followed closely, securing a remarkable 1-2 finish for McLaren. Valtteri Bottas, who started from the back of the grid, fought his way to a third-place finish. It's worth noting that Verstappen received a grid penalty for the next race and 2 penalty points on his super license for his role in the collision with Hamilton. Round 15. Russian Grand Prix Max Verstappen faced a challenging task as he had to start from the back of the grid due to exceeding power unit component limits. Lando Norris began the race from pole position, closely pursued by Carlos Sainz and George Russell. As the race neared its climax, heavy rain poured down, leading to a significant reshuffling of the running order. In a dramatic twist, Lewis Hamilton achieved his remarkable 100th Formula One victory, solidifying his position as a dominant force in the sport. This victory not only marked a significant milestone, but also propelled him back to the top of the Drivers' Championship, ahead of Max Verstappen and Carlos Sainz. Championship standings after the race revealed a closely contested battle in the Drivers' Championship, with Lewis Hamilton leading at 246.5 points, just ahead of Max Verstappen with 244.5 points. In the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes claimed the top spot with 397.5 points, closely followed by Red Bull Racing Honda at 364.5 points. McLaren-Mercedes secured the third position with 234 points. Round 16. Turkish Grand Prix. The Turkish Grand Prix was set for drama as Lewis Hamilton secured the fastest time in qualifying but faced a grid penalty due to a power unit component change. Valtteri Bottas seized pole position and went on to win the race, marking his first victory in the 2021 season. He was closely pursued by Max Verstappen, who reclaimed the championship lead, and Sergio Perez, who celebrated his first podium finish since the French Grand Prix. Round 17, United States Grand Prix. Verstappen's impressive performance continued at the US Grand Prix. Verstappen's win in the United States Grand Prix extended his lead to 12 points over Hamilton, with Perez securing the final podium spot. Hamilton did earn an extra championship point for setting the fastest lap. Following the latest race, the Drivers' Championship standings in the 2021 Formula One season intensified. Max Verstappen solidified his lead with 287.5 points, closely pursued by Lewis Hamilton at 275.5 points. Round 18. Mexican Grand Prix. Valtteri Bottas claimed pole position, setting the stage for an exciting race. However, the dynamics shifted early as Daniel Ricciardo's first corner spin introduced an element of unpredictability. The race saw another incident involving Yuki Tsunoda and Mick Schumacher, leading to the deployment of the safety car. Max Verstappen seized the opportunity, securing his second consecutive win and further extending his lead in the championship battle. Lewis Hamilton finished in second place, and it was a homecoming celebration for Sergio Perez as he completed the podium in his home race. The race's outcome had significant implications in the drivers' standings, with Max Verstappen now holding a 19-point lead. In the Constructors' Championship, Ferrari made a significant move, overtaking McLaren to claim the third spot. Round 19. Brazilian Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton initially secured pole position, but a later disqualification due to a technical infringement led to a grid reshuffle. Valtteri Bottas emerged victorious in the qualifying sprint, earning himself pole position for the Grand Prix. Max Verstappen, who finished second in the sprint, extended his championship lead over Hamilton, with Carlos Sainz Jr. taking the third spot. Race day brought more excitement, as both Verstappen and Sergio Perez swiftly overtook Bottas on the very first lap. Meanwhile, Lando Norris and Sainz found themselves involved in a separate incident, resulting in a puncture for Norris. The race unfolded with Hamilton frequently challenging Verstappen. On lap 59, Hamilton successfully overtook his rival, clinching the race victory. This win narrowed Verstappen's championship lead from 21 to 14 points, with Bottas completing the podium. Round 20, Qatar Grand Prix. Hamilton secured pole position, while Verstappen started from 7th due to a penalty for not respecting double-waved yellow flags during qualifying. The race unfolded with Hamilton leading every lap, maintaining his dominance. Verstappen made a swift recovery, clinching second place, but was unable to challenge Hamilton's lead. Fernando Alonso executed a one-stop strategy to secure a surprising third place, marking his first podium since the 2014 Hungarian Grand Prix. These results narrowed Verstappen's lead in the Drivers' Championship to 8 points, while Mercedes' advantage in the Constructors' Championship was reduced to 5 points. In the Constructors' Championship, the top 3 positions remained unchanged, with Mercedes leading the way, followed by Red Bull and Ferrari in 2nd and 3rd place, respectively. Round 21, Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. The inaugural Saudi Arabian Grand Prix saw Lewis Hamilton claim pole position, with Valtteri Bottas and Max Verstappen securing the following positions. Verstappen faced misfortune as he crashed during his final qualifying lap. The race witnessed numerous incidents and retirements. Ultimately, Hamilton clinched victory, closely followed by Verstappen in 2nd place. Bottas, in a thrilling move, overtook Esteban Ocon at the final corner, securing 3rd place. These results left Hamilton and Verstappen tied in the Drivers' Championship. Furthermore, Mercedes extended their lead in the Constructors' Championship to 28 points. Round 22, Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The 2021 Formula One season concluded in Abu Dhabi with a highly anticipated showdown between Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. Verstappen secured pole position, but as the race began, Hamilton took the lead. The race continued with intensity. It was not until the first round of pit stops that the dynamics shifted. Hamilton gradually extended his lead, but his advantage was significantly eroded when Sergio Perez, Verstappen's teammate at Red Bull, who had not yet pitted, made it challenging for Hamilton to pass him. Verstappen, despite the opportunity, could not capitalize on the situation. With only 7 laps remaining, a crash involving Nicholas Latifi prompted the deployment of the safety car. Red Bull seized the moment and decided to pit Verstappen for a fresh set of soft tires. Meanwhile, Hamilton, still on his now worn hard compound tires, remained on the track. The race director, Michael Masi, controversial decision to allow only 5 lapped cars between Hamilton and Verstappen to unlap themselves, added to the drama. Upon the restart, Verstappen wasted no time and swiftly passed Hamilton. In a gripping battle, he managed to hold off Hamilton for the remainder of the lap, securing both the race victory and the championship. The thrilling conclusion to the race was unfortunately overshadowed by controversy. Mercedes filed 2 separate protests against the race result, but both were ultimately dismissed. In the end, Max Verstappen secured the F1 title for the 2021 season with a total of 395.5 points, while Mercedes claimed the Constructors' Championship title.